episode 7 of What Matters. Today we're going to talk about the role of parents in coaching versus teaching. We're going to first talk about reading and what reading is. It's the interaction between the text, the author, and the reader to make meaning of the print. We want to understand what the author intended, what skills the reader has to access the text, and what background knowledge or experiences does the reader have that will help them to understand the context and the meaning of the text. The difference between strong readers and weak readers is not that strong readers can read things that are more difficult. It's that strong readers have strategies that they can use when the text is difficult, that struggling readers lack. So it's really important for us to build up those strategies while our readers are young. The goal then isn't to eliminate the struggle, but to teach children how to struggle. Reading happens when meaning and print intersect. When we're coaching our emergent learners, it's important to count to 3. Then we might ask if the child would like some coaching or some time. Coaching means, would you like some help? If they say time, then sit patiently and allow them to struggle for a bit. If they say coaching, then first ask what strategy they have used already. Suggest a strategy. If they really become frustrated though, just give them the word and perhaps model how you found out what the word was. Here's some really quick strategies that are fun for our emergent learners. Lips the fish means get your lips ready, or say all the sounds in the word. So we want to say every individual letter and anticipate the letters that are coming up. Stretchy the snake fits really nicely with lips the fish. In Stretchy the snake, we act like the word is on an elastic band, and we stretch it out and then let the band come closer and closer together, and then put them together and say it fast. Flippy the dolphin reminds us that letters sometimes have 2 different sounds, and we could try each one. So if we're looking at a vowel sound, if they're reading the word hat, like hate, we might say, well, why don't we try flipping that letter? We say, let's flip the A, and they'll figure out that it means hat, or vice versa. Chunky Monkey reminds us that there are some little pieces of letters that go together to make a sound, like ing says ing, er says ick says ick. So Chunky Monkey helps us remember to find chunks in the words that I know. Eagle Eye helps us to look for clues in the pictures to find out unknown words, so look at the pictures. We can also say, use your eagle eye to find the other letters in the word. So it helps us to remember to use our eagle eye and look at pictures to help us figure out what the unknown word is. Skippy the Frog helps us when we struggle to skip the unknown word, then go back and try a word that makes sense. It's really important when we're using Skippy the Frog, though, that we go back and read the sentence with a new word that makes sense in the sentence. Trying Lion is about building our stamina to stick with it until we figure it out. Helpful Kangaroo reminds us that, you know what, when we don't know what the word is, we can always ask for help. When you've tried all the strategies and you still don't know what the word is, try your Helpful Kangaroo. Again, meaning and print come together for strong reading. Here's another strategy that you might try. It's called cross-checking. Does it look right? Does it sound right? Or does it make sense? If a student reads a word that doesn't make sense or doesn't follow one of those rules, then we might want to cross-check that word. So who is it for? It's for all readers who are making accuracy errors, so they're reading the wrong word. It's for emergent readers who are either not attending to the print, so they're making guesses in the story but that have nothing to do with the letters on the page, or they're attending to only some of the letters in the print. So they look at some of the letters and make guesses that may or may not make sense in the story, but only slightly resemble the word on the page. What is it for? It's for children who are relying on one domain and neglecting the other. So they're relying on meaning and not attending to the text, or they're relying on only some of the letters but not all of the visual information of the text, and not worrying about whether it makes sense or not. So how do you do it? First of all, if they've made an error, cover the word on the page. Ask them, did that sound right? Did that make sense to you? Me either. If they say, yes, it does, and it really doesn't, say, let me read it back to you and you tell me if what I'm reading makes sense. How do you do it? Well, let's say they're using the word dog when the word is puppy, because they see a dog in the picture. They're attending to meaning. So I would cover the word and say, when you say dog, what's making the D sound? Use the letter that's not on the page. Affirm it. Say, I agree. You have such a great reading brain. Let's see if it's there. And then we notice, oh, it isn't. Darn. We'd better cross-check that word. So here are a few strategies for you to use to coach your emergent reader These are some easy things that you probably do automatically yourself. I hope this has helped to remind you of how to be a coach, allow children to struggle, allow them to have that time where they try to figure it out, because the struggle is just as important as the success. Take care.